Hello, my name is Bianca Pisciola. I am the Chief Revenue Officer and one of the co-founders here at Six, and we're very excited to welcome you to Six's product launch. I'd like to introduce you to Daniel Barankin, Six's co-founder and CEO, who will be leading the charge and walking you through these product updates. Insofar as today's agenda, we're going to start with a product overview and then a live Q&A. You can submit your questions in the live chat, which you can find on the right-hand side of your screen. And in the meantime, would love to hear where everyone's signing in from, so feel free to drop your location in the chat. But without further ado, I will pass it over to Daniel, who will take things away. Over to you.
Thank you. Thanks, Bianca. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you so much for joining our major product launch event. We have a lot of exciting updates that we've already rolled out to the Six platform, and so what I'm going to be doing today is sharing a presentation, walking you through the capabilities, and then we'll move into a live Q&A and answer any specific questions that you may have. So without further ado, I'm going to pull up our presentation. And let's get right into it. So we have three major types of users that we serve at Six: investors, companies, and creators. And so this presentation is going to look at each individual user and give you updates about what's new for each of those user types. So for investors, everything that we do is about trying to provide you with tools so that you can get a full picture: the financials, the news, the executive signals, community sentiment, the expert narratives, all in one place, all in real time, entirely for free, so that you can decide whether to invest, follow along, or move on confidently, quickly, and ahead of the market. And so here are all the features that we've rolled out in this product update that are going to make it easier for you as an investor to achieve that goal. So first and foremost, we now have coverage of over 90 global stock exchanges, 50,850 or so public companies are covered, and we also cover 2.2 million cryptos. What that means is you're able to type in the name of any of these stocks or cryptos and access information about their financials. You can access the stock charts. You can see things like the trading volume, the key statistics, the benchmarks, the ownerships, and the financials. And you can do this globally across every public company, totally for free. Additionally, you can now access all of the news and the publications that are emerging from these companies. So when a company issues a press release, you're able to go and see that and actually very quickly switch between those different updates. You're able to see posts that the company is publishing and authoring on our platform, as well as posts that other creators might be making about these companies. Whenever one of those companies is tagged, you'll be able to see those creators' posts. We've introduced chat features, so you can have live Q&A and live chat, both with the company, as well as with other investors and creators that are following the company, so it's much more community-driven. Of course, we made tremendous improvements and enhancements to the events platform that we're on right now, where it gives you more capabilities in terms of watching and consuming the content that the companies are creating, as well as the updates and content that creators are creating. And we've rolled out a number of AI features directly embedded into each of these company pages. So what that means is that the AI is directly trained on each of the company's financials, the company's posts, all of the news, and you can speak with the AI and you can access all of these tools absolutely for free. So all of this is live now. If you want to access any of it, go to our homepage, type in the name of any company you'd like to follow. If it's a stock, filter it for stock, go on the company page, and subsequently you can access it. I'll show you briefly what that looks like. So here I'll share my screen. So if you go to six.com, you can type in the name of any company. Here I'm going to go ahead and type in Power Metallic. Here I'm going to filter it for stocks. And just like that, here is the financial information about Power Metallic. You can switch between different stock exchanges. You can see the stock charts across different timeframes and dates. You can access the key stats. You can see the about information. Importantly, you can access the news and very quickly switch between different news that the company is issuing. So you can see their press releases. You can, of course, access all of the events, including recent live streams, the recordings, go into the chat, and ultimately go into the AI. So all of this is live and available for you to use presently. Continuing with the presentation. The other new capability that we've added is that you're now able to track the companies that you care about. So let's say that you have a portfolio of companies, maybe you invest in 20 different stocks and a few cryptos. By going to their corresponding webpage and pressing follow, what that will mean is that any time that there is a news item, an upcoming event, a creator creates content about that, or even a price alert, if you want to be notified whenever a particular share price target is hit, we will send you an automatic notification directly to you. So you're now able to use Six to not just research and discover companies that you care about, but you can also track those companies and get automated alerts. This is especially important if you follow a large portfolio of companies, or if you're particularly sensitive and need to trade quickly on the news of any single company. And so these tools are now available to you as an investor, absolutely free of charge. We've also made it easier for you to discover new investment ideas. So as I mentioned, we now have coverage of over 50,000 public companies across 90 exchanges globally, as well as 2.2 million cryptos. You're able to filter through these companies using different watch list tools. So you can go and discover these companies. You can go through curated quizzes, go into panels, which many of you have attended. And ultimately, you can, even if you have particular creators that you like to follow, you can see which companies they're following in their portfolio composition, and you can use that to discover new investment ideas. Additionally, we've rolled out tools that make it easier for you to compare different public companies with each other, as well as compare different cryptos with each other. And so all of these are tools that you can use to ultimately, as you're conducting due diligence, or even just creating filters and trying to narrow down the parameters of what you're looking for. All of these are additional tools that are now part of the Six platform. And last, but certainly not least, we made community capabilities a lot more powerful. So we have pre-made communities for every public company globally, as well as every crypto globally. If you're a creator, you can create your own investor community around your newsletter, around your portfolio. If you're an investor, you can join unlimited communities of other companies, of other creators, and you can be part of the different communities and interact with them by using tools like chat, getting updates whenever there's an update, like a press release or a notification, or if somebody creates an analyst piece comparing different companies, and you can be part of the Six ecosystem. Moving to our second major user type for companies. So when public companies join Six, generally speaking, what they're trying to do is attract new investors, tell their story, and build lasting relationships. And so we've rolled out a number of new features in this update to go and make that a lot more powerful, a lot more effective, and ultimately a lot easier. So here's how it works. Right off the bat, you're able to claim and customize your company page. So you're able to control your branding. You're able to have and monitor all of the financials, the press releases, the filings to make sure that it's presenting everything up to date and accurately. You're able now to launch ad campaigns where you can target by investor type, sector, all different parameters. And you're also able to identify and locate different creators on the Six platform so that you can collaborate with them. Additionally, you're able, of course, to run smart events. So we've added a lot of features to make the event creation process a lot more seamless, moderation and chat a lot more powerful, registration and attendance a lot more straightforward. And of course, you can manage your on-demand library, including adding video content that didn't originate on Six, but that you want investors that are browsing your company profile to be able to access. So things like YouTube videos and external content. We've also created tools, and in this update, made it easier for companies to communicate their narratives. You're now able to write and publish posts directly on Six. You're able to send out email newsletter blasts, and we've created a number of tools to make social sharing and social media a lot more integrated into the Six platform so you can more effectively communicate your narrative. We've also added functionalities to make it easier for public company executives to track and understand investor engagement a lot easier. So we've created the company dashboard, where from there you're able to see a lot more details about which investors are on your page, how they're interacting. You can manage the process of, in cases of where you're doing the deal flow and trying to advance investors through the process. We have built-in CRM tools and functionality that we built into the Six analytics tool. We've improved lead attribution so you can have more context around how investors are discovering your page and what they're doing there. We made it easier for you to take these analytics, which we provide very detailed and comprehensive analytics, and structure it into a slide deck so that you can present it to your board, to other external IR firms, or even just understand it better among your executives, where you can compare your own performance against your peers. Last but certainly not least, we made it easier to manage investor relationships at scale, making it easier to see how people are responding and submitting questions on your investor side, making it easier to see which investors are adding you to their watch list, and ultimately making it easier so that you can go and host these events and interact so that you can have more of community emerge across your investor base. Additionally, we've added a lot of additional features and functionalities so that you can operate more efficiently, so that you're able to focus more on high value, high effort tasks, rather than anything that can be automated or taken or resolved by our software and our platform can be done automatically for your benefit. The third big cohort that we support are creators, and this is some new functionality that we've released in this update, where for creators use Six when they want to monetize their expertise and grow their audience without having to build their own software or manage compliance concerns. And so for now, for creators, you're able to claim your own creator profile. Every speaker that's ever been on Six now has their own profile. And as a user, you now also have your own profile. And so you can put content and information that ties your profile to all the different events that you host, all the different posts that you create, and so forth. Individuals on Six are now able to follow creator pages. So that means that as a creator, you can go grow your followers. And then whenever you have a post or an event or an update or something you're creating on Six, you're able to broadcast that and give an update to everyone that follows you. And similarly, you're able to take all of that information, and if you have MailChimp or Beehive or any other third-party platform, you're able to take that information and engage them across other platforms too. As a creator, there are three main things you're able to do on Six. You're able to create posts. You're able to, of course, host events. You're able to have and manage an accurate newsletter increasingly from Six. We're slowly rolling this out to select groups of creators. And of course, you're able to send alerts to individuals that follow you. And of course, get alerts when companies that you follow or that you track are having activity on their page. And therefore, you can be the first to follow it and create content around it. In terms of the types of events that we see creators hosting on Six, it's a mix typically of panels, one-on-one interviews, ask me anything, and of course you get complete comprehensive analytics around everything that's happened inside of that event. And increasingly we're creating tools and have now in this release launched a number of tools where you as a creator can in fact monetize your influence through our creator program, sponsored posts, and partnering directly with companies. As a creator on Six, you're able to monitor and measure your follower growth, see the engagement rate, and ultimately be able to track and increase the revenue that you generate so that you can focus on what you enjoy most, which is creating content, following companies, and having an opinion, and all the software and other items we can provide. And so in summary, that is the update of that is what we've released in this quarter.
Thank you so much. Folks, we're going to get started with the Q&A in just one moment. If you have any questions, you can submit them in the live chat. You can find that on the right-hand side of your screen. Before we jump into some of the questions that have come in on chat so far, I just want to start with some of the questions that have been pre-submitted. So starting off here, there's a question about the functionality of the community pages, how much flexibility you have. So specifically, how much control do I have over my company's community page? Can I moderate the chat or remove posts if needed?
Yeah, so you have a fair degree of control, but we try to balance the needs of the investor community itself along with your page. Claiming the page, though, will give you administrative access, so you can make sure that all the information that you're publishing is accurate.
Perfect. And if I run an event on Six, can I see exactly who attended?
Yes. So you'll see all the information. Anyone that attends an event, including this one, has to register for the event. So all the information that they're disclosing and sharing will ultimately be passed along to you.
And let's say I already use a CRM. Can I export investor data from Six or integrate it somehow with my existing CRM?
Yes, absolutely. And in many cases, we automatically support this. So you can do a direct integration and it'll just be real-time synced. And so It's a one-time setup and it will always be accurate.
We have a question here in the live chat from Tony. He wants to know, can we request companies to do webinars on Six?
Yes, absolutely. So you'll notice that across Six, we've added a lot more functionality to allow you to give us feedback. So in this conversation, in this interface here in the top right, you can see the feedback button. So for any feedback that you have, including if you'd like to request a company on Six, or if you find that you want us to do something different, add a new software feature, etc., you can use that feedback button, give us that context, and then we can act on it.
Similarly, I'll add, if you have any questions that come up after this event, or you think of something, feel free to submit it using one of those many, many feedback buttons you can find throughout the site. For now, it looks like we are officially out of questions. So I wanted to thank you, Daniel, for walking through the product update, and I'll leave it to you for the final word.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone. It's been an absolute delight building these tools and seeing the usage from it. And as always, if you have any feedback or any things that you think we should focus on, my email is daniel@six.com, and you can contact me directly. Or, of course, now use the feedback buttons.
Thank you very much. Everyone have a lovely rest of your day, and wishing you a great rest of the week.